What's me too? Capital G here, Destiny Hero, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and Edo Phoenix fans rejoice because we might be bringing Diamond Dude Turbo back. You guys ever seen like one of those decks from the GX era that's really iconic that a lot of times Yu-Gi-Tubers or people will just they'll try to make new versions of, and usually the deck just doesn't hold up because a lot of the cards are just hit or they're power creeped or they just don't function or anything like this. This is actually like 100%. This embodies the spirit of Diamond Dude Turbo. Once again, got to give a big shout out to my homie Atlas Rising. This guy is putting out great content, guys. If you have never seen Atlas Rising before, you want to see crazy duels like this, go ahead and check his channel out. Of course, I will have it linked in the description below, but he's known for making really crazy decks, and whoops, that was supposed to be this right here. A couple of the duels that he did send me before were of different decks, and he always makes some crazy stuff, but this one is actually magnificent. When I first saw it, I was like, please for the Lord, don't be another ISO dot deck or anything like that. No, this is played almost identical to Diamond Dude Turbo, obviously without Dimension Fusion, but basically the game plan for this deck, obviously with all the new Destiny Hero supports, is to abuse the living hell out of Diamond Dude. Obviously, it's from the GX era. It's not going to be a hard once per turn, and sometimes he will go like +4 with this card, and I mean +4 from the sense of he will actually get Diamond Dude right 4 times in a turn, not +4 like the next turn in which he might end up going like +5 or something like that. But you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about once we roll these duels. And one of the other cool things is the fact that now your boy Dark Magician of Chaos, a card that we all thought was kind of unplayable, it's actually pretty good. So right here, all you got to do is go into your Destiny Hero Link monster pretty easy considering it just requires any 2 of your warrior monsters. Even if you want to throw Stratos in here, that'd be another option, but it brings back your Diamond Dude, and now you can kind of start having fun. There's a trade-in, so next turn he's already gonna go +2, but he's not done yet. He's gonna trade that in for a different card. Well, I think he traded it in to get a D hero so that he could trade in that D hero for more cards. He's gonna Monster Reborn it. Now he's gonna try for Diamond Dude again. Ends up whiffing, but a Lure Darkness trade in, Destiny draw. So many freaking draw cards and D heroes, as we all know. Makes it so that you can actually do this play. Now, here's the thing that's absolutely stupid, right? We know that the new Destiny Hero Fusion, the Dominate guy, this card actually lets you stack your deck. So now what he has done is he says, Cap G, watch this. I'm going to stack my deck. I'm going to stack all the spells to the top of my deck. Then I'm going to soul charge 3 Diamond Dudes and check out the pluses. They're just going to be dumb. That's a +1. Free Allure Darkness next turn. Free Fusion Destiny next turn. Like, basically, his opponent needs to win now. Otherwise, he's going to go like +6 next turn. And I'm talking about just off the effects of Diamond Dude. Now, this is actually going to be a really good duel. He's playing against Red Dragons, and Red Dragons are not going to go down without a fight because they can summon Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. He can summon Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. He does nuke the field. Unfortunately, when you kill the Dominate guy, you know, these monsters just come back, and we've talked about it now how Disc Commander is playable. There are still people saying Disc Commander is not playable. Like, Disc Commander is 100% playable, guys. Gonna go for Needle Fiber. Fair enough, so that he can summon my favorite synchro in the game. That would be Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. I wish they'd make a freaking link out of that, but you can see he's going to go for the Diamond Dude. He obviously does have some negate. He got himself, I believe, a Monster Gate there. Nice Solemn Warning too. He's going to negate the Destiny Hero Link monster, but this is where all the pluses from the last turn take over. Free trade in, free Destiny draw, free Allure Darkness, and you can see that Atlas Rise's hand is just too fucking big. Like, it doesn't matter how many negates you have. Can you negate all these cards in his hand? I don't think so. Now, the thing is, sometimes his deck can struggle with damage, so you have to be able to consolidate these monsters into big monsters. You see right there, Dark Magician of Chaos actually showing you a little bit of work as he gets a card. I believe it was Monster Reborn during the end phase. Now, if this was old Dark Magician of Chaos, like pre-errata, this deck would be like even more nuts. But you're not going to get pre-errata Dark Magician. Mainly, it's a really good target for Monster Reborn in addition to Diamond Dude because you can Reborn it, and then during the end phase, you get your Reborn back. And, you know, back in the good old days of GX, you used to be able to use that Monster Reborn instantly. And eventually, he will take over the game. Now, this is a deck that probably doesn't run any trap cards. I mean, I haven't looked at the deck, but let's be real, Diamond Dude Turbo really wasn't known for trap cards at all. Most people ran, like, maybe you would side in Threatening Roar or something like that, but that's it. I believe he got a World Legacy Succession for free. He uses Over Destiny to summon a Diamond Dude from the deck to get a free soul charge. Must be nice. I gotta bust out the lithium, get to Fusion Destiny for free next turn as well. He is not done. He's just gonna keep on digging for cards until he finally misses. So with the Soul Charge though, I believe you do have to pay the life points. I'm not sure if you can still battle that next turn. I think you can battle. I mean, I guess we'll find out because he is going to use the Soul Charge. Shout outs to Rio from GX. Anytime, or Zexel. Anytime I see a water Exceed monster, I always think of Rio from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexel. No pedo though, no pedo. He's gonna draw some cards here. He did use the Soul Charge, and I think he had a trade-in and a Destiny draw. Gonna use the Destiny Hero Link monster, get a Rhoda in the grave. I feel like he's probably just gonna win this turn. Even though he is setting up for massive pluses in the next turn, I'm not quite sure we're going to actually see in next turn. As he summons another Diamond Dude for in the Lord of Darkness, I feel like you could see a Boros War Dragon here. Okay, he just goes for Dogma instead because that's an option. Why not have a 40-100 attack monster on your field and just potentially win the game during that turn? So yeah, you know what? Don't even need Boros Dragon, Boros War Dragon, or even the pluses from next turn when you can just win the duel. But obviously, his opponent didn't put up much of a fight. He went for a 101 pass kind of type deal. Now this is going to be kind of a shocking duel. This one is against, I don't know how to classify this deck. I don't know if you just want to call it invasion, injection fairy lily deck or something like that. And you do have to be kind of careful, even though he's going to get 3 Diamond Dudes on field. He doesn't know his opponent has a lily on or in his hand, plus 2 copies of Mage Power. So it is quite possible to get one shot by this fucking lily. Just keep in mind, she does gain, what, 3,000 attack during the damage step. So that is something there. He's getting obviously some pluses off. Diamond Dude gets the Monster Reborn in his end phase, but his opponent does have that lily. He might even set the threatening or the evenly match. Wait, he should have set the evenly match. I just thought about that. He would have gotten 500 more damage. So that just would have been something for him to think about, I guess, if he ever happens to see this duel. And this is the one Achilles heel of this deck. Sometimes your beaters kind of cap out, and this is why I say that I think Atlas needs to go into his extra deck more with Boros Sword and Borla, because sometimes it feels like you're drawing a billion cards, but you're not really drawing any cards to out what your opponent has, and I kind of feel like those two brothers of destruction can generally out anything. You see he attacks in the Lily, he's not able to get his opponent down, and I feel like his opponent is actually just gonna win with Lily. He tough decks Infected Male, now he can attack directly. He didn't actually even need the Infected Male, right? Like, couldn't he have just attacked into, pretty sure he could have just attacked into the Drill Dark. I mean, it's not like, yeah, Atlas Rising has a Destiny draw set, but obviously he's able to one-shot him. He still did not use the evenly match, and when I say use, I don't mean activated. I mean, he should have just set it on the field so that Mage Power would have given him 500 more attack. But these were definitely fun duels, and I feel like Atlas Rising definitely, like, he nailed the spirit of Diamond Dude Turbo in this duel, or excuse me, in this deck, because not only does he have the DMOC in there, but then the Reasoning and the Monster Gate and the Billion Spells, and this deck actually abuses the Diamond Dude a lot more than the older versions. But let's pause for one quick second and check out the deck. Okay, so this is what the deck looks like on paper. 3 Dark Magician of Chaos. This is something I've never actually seen in a Diamond Dude Turbo build, because I remember running Diamond Dude Turbo during GX way back in, like, 2008, and that's not even when DDT first kind of arrived. I think it was 2007 off the top of my head, but DMOC was always limited to 1, if I'm not mistaken, ever since, like, Diamond Dude became popular in the TCG. There was one point where Stratos was at 3, and that was called Airblade Turbo, but that was only for like 1 YCS or Shonen Jump Championship back then. Anyways, when it comes to the new Diamond Dude Turbo, it uses a lot of the cards that the old Diamond Dude Turbo used. You obviously have Destiny Draw, Trade-In can be really useful because you're going to have your level 8s, you're going to have your Dogma, your Plasma, your Dark Magician of Chaos, which, if you Monster Reborn, you can just get your DMOC and then get your Monster Reborn back from the graveyard. Fusion Destiny, like, all these normal spells are just really good to use off of Diamond Dude's effect, but they're also just good to draw as well. You always want to have a very high spell count in Diamond Dude Turbo. World Legacy Legacy Succession basically is Monster Reborn now that Diamond Dude or now that Destiny Heroes have their own Easy Link 2 to go into, which actually these two should be, yeah, these should be next to each other. Now that they have their own Link 2 to go into, this is now a valuable card. I figured there would be a cheese card in this deck, and sure enough, there is. The Final Insection is basically your cheese card. Now, the thing about this is you basically are just trying to hit this off your Diamond Dude effect. What it does is it blows your opponent's entire field up. Now, it's not a card that you would be able to hard activate. In the past, people would probably discard this from something like Magical Stone Excavation, but you really don't need Magical Stone Excavation. In today's Yu-Gi-Oh, the games are just so fast, you don't really need it. Obviously, you have your other power cards like Soul Charge, Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn in Succession, kind of like the same thing. Your Over Destiny, this card used to be trash, but not so bad now, because now it can kind of just be used to summon your Diamond Dude straight from the deck, which is kind of nice. You target a D-Hero monster with a very high level in your graveyard, and you special like a level 4 or lower D-Hero monster from your deck. So basically, you're going to target like your Fusion or one of your high level like Dogma or Plasma, these cards that you get into the graveyard easily, and then you can just special your Diamond Dude or one of your other level 4s from your deck. So again, we see Disc Commander because I don't think that this card, I mean, it's weird, the card itself is still like technically bad, but it's just playable because the Destiny Hero deck can get into the graveyard so easily. I mean, before Fusion Destiny and the new D-Hero Fusion Monster, I felt like, yeah, Disc Commander was unplayable, but now that not only can you get it into the graveyard easily, but this damn thing will summon it back from the graveyard, like, Disc Commander is actually pretty good now. So this is what the deck looks like on paper. Again, there obviously are no traps, but if you want to play something with a incredibly close spirit to the old Diamond Dude Turbo, this is basically your Diamond Dude Turbo 2019.